No way.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's interesting that it lines up that way, but
Yeah,
I'm actually going to LA this week on Thursday. I'm gonna go
that's
to the
right.
men's camp. Yeah.
That is right. Wait, that's also where's it gonna be? Is it gonna be at a different location or
It's in Lake Arrowhead.
okay.
Yeah, Lake Arrowhead. And yeah, I was just, David reached out and said there's some guys that are going through divorce. So can you teach a workshop on that? So yeah, I have best case scenario,
Yeah,
thriving after divorce, which is
that should be
rough.
fun. I mean, it's
Yeah.
rough, not fun, but should be
No, it'll
a
be
great
fun. It'll be
a great
totally fun.
time. Yeah,
David did ask me, he's like, it's awesome to have you. Like, will you just come into the camp or would you like to be part of leadership? And I was like, oh, man, I actually kind of just want to be on a team and do a men's camp,
yeah.
not like on the leader. I know leadership is just making everything work. And then yeah,
You're saying you just wanted to go and be a part of it.
I could do a workshop and that's fine. But then I kind of want to play all the games and compete,
Yeah,
do the fun stuff.
yeah. I get it. I get it. All good. All good. Sweet, man. Well, hey, you're listening to two Through podcasts. We're two friends. Two different cities are building communities of faith together. So, dude, what's going on? I know last week I kind of took over. So I want to give it to you and I kind of or if there's anything, again, it doesn't have to be something heavy or
Yeah.
something kind of like whatever. It could be something that you're learning this week. It could be an update on what happened last week.
I'd love to
Um,
update. That was
yes, let's share that bad boy.
No, we did a Mosaic Chicago hang at Timeout Market. It was I was so nervous no one was gonna come. It was a 3-day, weekend, so, people go out of town. I was getting a lot of responses like, "Oh, I'd love to be there, but we're out of town." And I was just like, "Oh, man." We had, 6 people say they were coming, and I was like, "That's great, but what if only half of them come?" And I don't know who they are. It's just Yaley and me, and I was like, "Just don't let it just be one person." I mean, God bless them, it'd be still good, but, we're just, on a date with this one person, but it was, 14 people. It was awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, really great people, you know, I was like, if we're gonna, I kinda, set up a beginning of saying, like, "Hey, if you're into this, if you're into a mosaic in Chicago," which if you're here, I'm taking it as you are, let's just, let's start building the future right now, and let's give. Go to
Yeah.
mosaic.org/give and give. And they did. So Elisa gave me the info and I was taking a look at it and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then there's
Yeah.
another guy that actually lives in Wisconsin that is set up recurring giving and he followed me on Facebook. I just reached out to him and thanked him and it was really cool to have that sort of traction. But then one of the guys, he built an IT or he built like an AI tool to follow data for the church that he worked for before a couple years ago. He currently doesn't have a home church and he just was giving me such great insight on collecting data. Like if we did do like an Only Spirit, or a worship night and like 300 people came out, it's probably like 5% of that are actually people interested in building a mosaic and how to actually find those people through questionnaires and then build with them. So I was like, okay, I'm doing coffee with you. So we're going to meet next week and just kind of talk through like how to do that and how to build something to collect data.
That's awesome.
So yeah, just really cool people. We played pickleball with a lot of them the next day. We did another hang. Just it was going so well. Nobody wanted to leave. That was the other thing. It was just like, oh, we're just it's 3 hours. It's like this is a
Yeah.
very long lunch. And we actually had to wrap it but then like let's hang out again. So we did pickleball and they're all professionals, all busy people, but super excited. So that was very comforting. Yaley and I just were on cloud nine. We felt like it was such a success, and we want to do more. So, and then I met another guy who couldn't be there at the lunch, and he's pretty influential. He's got um, an organization that helps young adults kind of find their purpose, like why they were here. Beautiful organization, and just had a really great lunch with him. He's like, "Hey, let's do another Mosaic Chicago hang. Let's pack it out." So I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Great, let's do it." So and then Yaley and I have a lunch on Sunday with a guy that has him and his wife. They have a house in Los Angeles, New York, and Chicago. And they were in Los Angeles and they met Pastor Carlos. And he's like, "Oh, there's a Mosaic Chicago." So he got connected with me, and we're going to do lunch on Sunday. So really good stuff. Really, it's just connecting with people, and they're so excited and
Yeah.
see like how a mosaic, just the specific frequency that mosaic is, the language that we use, the very human part of it, that we, reach the non-believer, but then, have like discipleship and areas where we can actually grow people and mature people in their faith through Pastor Irwin's books. So I think there is one more thing I wanted to add too. And Yaley noticed it too. The more we talk and share stories, and I share a Pastor Irwin story, people lean in, their eyes light up. You can feel like they're super fans of
Mm,
Pastor Irwin, and they're just like, "Oh my gosh, like you were just hanging out with this guy." And you're just
mm,
like, "Oh." And I don't think I took it for granted, but it is amazing that both you and I teamed with Pastor Irwin for so long and got to be in, close proxy with him. The the stuff that we got to get from him and learn from him, his leadership and just how he was as a human, as a father, as a friend, man, it was such a huge blessing. I just feel so gifted and ahead of the game just by being around him.
yeah.
Yeah, it was such an honor and so grateful for it.
That's awesome. That's great, dude. Yeah, sounds like, dude, it's going great. Meeting people, getting together, pickleball. Oh, that's awesome. Pickleball.
It's a
Man,
big
I get
thing,
so
man.
competitive.
It works.
It's a thing. It's a thing, bro. And then how was exploring Chicago and all that? How's that going?
I feel like here's how I knew I got this down. So there's this, it's called Lower Whacker. And
Mhm.
there's even like I don't know, lower Wacker. But when you go into Lower Wacker, because Chicago, they keep building on top of like the city. So they keep going up, kind of like I think Seattle, Mexico City does this. So there's like a whole city of Chicago that exists like underground, but they just built on top of it. But Lower Wacker, you can drive through those streets, but your GPS does not work. There's barely any signs down there that tell you where you are, and it's kinda you saw Batman The Dark Knight,
Yeah.
where the Joker is trying to
Oh, in the car?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
so that they're in Lower Wacker or whatever, and it's just this totally looks like Gotham City, totally weird. But now I got it. I figured it out. I don't need
Yeah.
GPS. I know which ways to go. We've taken the train. We're exploring. We've been everywhere. But there's still, I mean, it's still there's so much to explore. It's a small city, but a big city at the same time. So it's been fun. We run into people now. We're already bumping into people. It's like what?
It's awesome.
So I love it. The city, at least in the summertime, we've had perfect weather. Um, and we're still looking for like the best coffee place. All the coffees, it's decent. It's
Yeah.
decent. Food's amazing. Yeah, great food. Yeah. Exploring Chicago's been so much fun. And doing that with Amelie and Yaley, it's cool. We went to the Taste of Chicago yesterday, which is, 1 year. They bring all these local restaurants together and pack out Grant Park. And it was awesome. It was so funny. Like in the middle of this beautiful city, there's all these restaurants, all these people, and we just walked around and got some Chicago style dogs, some deep dish pizza. It was all right. It was all right.
Right. Living the good life. That's awesome. That's so cool.
But bro, it's just so much. I'm just feel like God definitely wants to build here.
Uh-huh.
There's the connect. I did this, let's say, Mosaic OC. I was kind of leading that. and trying to build community, and that's not too far from Los Angeles, you know? So we were going to OC, and I didn't know what I was doing. I know what I'm doing a little bit more now. It was like meeting people I knew was key, but I would just like go into a coffee shop and introduce myself and kind of sit there like, what am I doing? Am I
Mm,
meeting anybody?
mm,
Am I connecting the dots? And this is just one in Chicago. I meet one person, they know three more people I should meet. And I meet those
uh-huh,
three people, they know
uh-huh,
people that I should meet.
uh-huh,
And like all of a
uh-huh,
sudden, there's this really big network without
uh-huh,
trying too hard. There's like, wow, shoot, there's like maybe 60 people in this like
uh-huh.
group, and I've only been here a month. It happens fast, and it's also nice to, you know, have my now I have a wife. I was not married when I did OC, so just having a partner in crime. She's so great with people. She meets people effortlessly. We walked into a clothing, like a little boutique clothing store. The owner happened to be Korean. They're talking Korean to each
Nice,
other.
nice.
The employees, she's like kind of palling or befriending them and just making everybody laugh. And like now all of a sudden, like this is our store. You know,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
it's
That's
just
awesome.
yeah, it's cool that we just go in and like conquer a place.
Yep,
So that's
that's
what we've been
cool.
doing, just winning people and all, you know, restaurant owners and little boutique owners and coffee shop owners.
Yeah,
Yeah. So and then they all know people. And then when we walk in, it's like they know us and now the whole place like knows us.
yep,
It's really extraordinary.
that's awesome. Yeah, that's great. Yep, I remember that happened when I first came out here.
Mm, yep.
That's so cool, dude. I'm glad. I'm glad that's happened. I'm glad that's going well. How's Annalie? How's she doing? How is she?
So she's doing so good that she's acting like such a weirdo. I just know she's so comfortable and so
Yeah,
feels safe and creative and exploring.
yeah.
Like she just such playful energy has made doing. I don't know if you watched the last two TikToks we've done,
Yeah, yeah,
but like we're already doing something goofy, and I'm like, I'm just filming this. And
yeah,
then we're making each other laugh and coming up with funny ideas. And I'm like, this is pure joy.
yeah.
I'm just playing with my daughter and then we post it and watch it like 100 times, like
There you go.
laughing at each
Yeah,
other.
yeah. You have to.
Yeah, it's fun to be playing with your, you know, with your kiddo, but then, you know, it's just I don't know, making it public, there's something that happens in it. Like when we put it out there in the world, like our play together, there's something that just makes us want to play more. I don't know
Yeah,
if that makes sense. But
yeah.
actually that was one of the Bible verses. I went to that lunch with this guy and he shared a Bible verse and the verse sounded familiar, Ephesians 2:10. And I was like, oh, I can't quite remember what the verse was, but I know that verse. And it says, for we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. And I started this whole TikTok journey with a video of saying, like, I've been hiding from the camera for all these years because I went through a divorce. And, you know, I used to make a living being funny or creative and telling stories as an actor. I mean, I did that for 16 years and did really well. But then that divorce, you know, it wrecked me, and the last thing I wanted to be was in front of the camera or put anything out there because I don't know, the shame of a divorce, like the stuff of it, like I just feel like they're gonna notice it. That season for me is behind me, and there's a new chapter, and I don't need to be in front of the camera or any of that. But I feel like this is a brand new season, doing the TikTok, having fun, you know, getting positive feedback of it being funny or engaging and having engagement. Um, yeah, it kind of sparked this part of me that's been dormant for so long where, you know, I was a creative. I was producing like comedy videos and doing that kind of stuff. So it's like, oh, kind of doing what I used to do, you know, 15 years ago. It's just I'm different, you know, I'm changed, and there's I think there's a more positive spin on the stuff I'm doing now, more just, you know, heartfelt, and kind and beautiful, but I was like, "Oh, it's the same gifts that God, gave me that I thought were dormant, but here they are materializing." And it's the whole reason for it is to kind of build community and get to meet new people and, all the stuff that we talked about, strategy wise. But it feels, I don't know, if sometimes you think like you need permission from God to do stuff that you actually really enjoy that don't feel like work. Like,
Mm,
no, this has got to be hard. I gotta,
mm,
I mean, it's hard, but a good hard. It's a fun hard.
mhm, mhm.
The editing the last one took, took me some time and had to think about setting up the shots and lighting things and all those, work stuff. But I just had so much fun. I was like, God, could this be actually part of it? Could this be part of your plan? This unseriousness of this? Like, it doesn't seem that serious. And it's kind of play and fun, and then I read that verse, that, you know, maybe God prepared in advance to do this very thing. And so that's opened up this whole, like, what else can it be?
Mm,
What other cool creative things can we create?
mhm.
And if it actually happens to do with like part of the story of moving to Chicago in the first place was to follow my daughter, to follow, to be in her life. And here we are, this last week creating video content that, and we're both like laughing together that I get to do this with my daughter. And here I am thinking like, man, I'm so grateful and honored that I worked with Pastor Irwin. And I know that if you know, I looked at people that I want to be like, and I know I put myself in front of them to serve them and
Mm.
to be in proxy. Maybe that person that I want to become someday may like somehow rub on me by just
Yeah.
being of service. And then I see Pastor Irwin working with his son Aaron and how joyful that must be. And it looks like they're having so much fun in all the things that they're creating together. And the fact that maybe it did rub off on me a little bit that I'm, starting to maybe do that with Amelie. And it just feels like a dream, bro. I don't, I feel a little guilty that this has been easy. Not easy. That's not the right word.
Mhm,
That it feels like God had something planned in advance and he set things up and I'm just stepping into it
mhm.
and it's just there. And now
Yeah.
it It definitely and, like, if I had to rewind, if somebody's listening to this, like, well, how do you get there? Well, that one was look at the person that you wanna become. Like, in your life, is there someone in your life that you wanna become? Serve that person in some capacity. Like, I don't know if occasionally I get an opportunity to serve Pastor Irwin, you know, directly, but for the most part, it was just like, well, he cares a great deal about Mosaic, so I'm gonna be a part of building that you know, to serve him that way or wherever I can. And that made me super healthy, I think stronger. And I had to then kind of do the work and train myself, practice, all the things that I'm able to pull off now took years in the making of studying and reading the Bible and taking this honest journey with God. Like we were talking about obedience in our last podcast, like being obedient. Like I read something it's not enough to just know, yeah, that sounds really good. Like, I'm just looking at this one verse, put on the new self. Now, if I read that, put on the new self, I got to actually do that. What's this new self? I remember in my journal, I'd write three things that I think are new, three things that I think I'm becoming. And then I'd go, okay, today I have to find a way to be these three things, like courage. I was like, I feel like I'm becoming courageous. Okay, I have to do something courageous today. Like give myself that challenge. And I failed at that. I didn't do it all the time. I'd, freak out and I'd try, but it was on my mind and I was working towards it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and maybe this just feels like a really, really beautiful season for my wife and I. I think we feel really alive. We're doing a lot of, we're going outside. I think it's because we live right by a lake. We're going outside a lot and exercising and doing this creative stuff with my daughter, meeting people effortlessly, it's a really, really good season. I'm
Mm,
very grateful for it.
mhm.
Long update. I've talked a long. I'm so sorry,
No,
but
no, no. I told you the last time I spoke the entire time. So I'm
no,
literally
no, I'm sure
listening. I'm listening the entire time. So I'm like, no, I want to hear.
copy that. But no, what do you hear? What do you think? Or do you have any
I
thoughts?
No, I mean, like, I'm excited for you, I'm sitting here and I'm literally saying, "Thank you, God." Like, thank you for Chad. Thank you for all the things that he's going through, and thank you, God, for the connections he's making. Thank you, God, for having fun with his daughter and his wife and this new season and this new chapter. Like, it's a moment where I'm like, dude, that's like, I'm happy. It's like, I'm happy, just happy to happy, like, just being genuinely happy, which is why I was so like, "No, I just wanna hear." If you go back and watch, I'm sitting here doing this the whole time. It could almost be like this, but it was more like this. I was trying to be, not be, I don't know if you've seen those TikToks where, like, guys are sitting there talking to each other, and then they lay down in the bed, and their feet behind them does, the whole thing. I was like 10% of that.
Yeah,
And it was this. And so if you go back and watch, I'm doing this and I'm having
yeah.
this, and I'm like, dude, that's awesome. I'm just so excited for you. And write these down, bro. I mean, obviously these are some audio, video recording, but I'm like, write those down, write those
Mhm.
moments down. Those would be good to go back and look on. But no, man, I don't have anything to say other than I'm just excited for you.
Yeah, that's the stuff I'm actually journaling right now because I am, in this, like, beautiful season, and I'm like, "How did I actually get here?" Like, that's
Mm,
important to know, like, "How did I get here?" Because 'Cause I'm sure, a storm will come, I'll go through something again, maybe. I mean, I don't know what it will be. God, it's not gonna be divorce, but, like, we'll have challenges, but, like, what are the things I did to actually, come here in a season that I'm feeling this I think one of the things was gratitude. I was grateful even when I was in the desert, when I
uh-huh,
was going in the when I was in the wilderness, I was still, like, always, like, clinging on to what I'm grateful for. I think
uh-huh,
gratitude is the anchor,
uh-huh.
you know?
Yeah, I would say how you got there. For me, I'm looking on the outside in, it's like, if anybody knows, especially when it came to Mosaic, like, you did a lot of things that nobody saw. Like, you did a lot of things that most people wouldn't do, or you just did a lot of things that other people didn't wanna do. And so I think for me, on the outside in, I'm looking at it and going like, there was a season where it's just kind of like you were just doing the mundane, you were doing things that just wasn't always sexy. And now God's like, "Hey, I can trust you with this because I've seen what you've done when it was nothing, when nobody was looking." And so the things that you're doing now is the same things you probably did in LA, but now everybody's looking. So I think for you, it's more of like I think that's how you got there, is doing the mundane, doing the things that nobody else was looking at, but God was. The next thing was like, "Hey, this is what I got for you." Which is funny because I did a little TikTok about the mundane. And so, yeah, man, that's what I think that's how you got there. I
I
mean,
like that. No, that's really good. And I'm thinking of, yeah, I treated some things that nobody wanted to do, I guess, as, like, the utmost importance. Like, they were super important, even though they were trivial or boring or hard work or annoying, whatever they were just, like, always like, I'm gonna treat this with the same excellence I would
right,
with whatever.
right.
And so, in a weird way, doing, like, these TikTok videos with Amelie, and we're just having fun, and, it does have a purpose. There is intentionality, like, we're trying to create something doing that together, but it's so fun that a part of me is like, I mean, should I? No, I absolutely should bring excellence to that too. So it makes me want
Yeah.
to get better at editing and better at lighting a scene and stuff. I want to treat that with the same excellence I did with taking care of the Rialto building
Yep.
in South Pasadena. So yeah, even though it does feel like, oh no, I don't need, this isn't as serious, no, it's just, I should take, all those things with treat them with the same importance. Yeah. And faithfulness. Yeah. Yep. So I mean, update wise, yeah. life's good, and yeah, it's going pretty well. Challenges are, they're the normal challenges,
Yeah.
but it looks good. The energy's good. Feels right. When yeah, it just feels like I'm in the pocket, or
Mhm.
Ricky Williams used to say something. I don't know. I can't remember what he would say. Some sports terminology.
Yeah. In the zone or
Yeah, I mean, yeah, in the zone,
like
that works.
yeah, in the pocket in the zone or oh, what's it called? You're in your
Pastor
I know what you're
David's been
talking
talking about
about.
flow.
Yeah, your flow or something like that. Like it's just moving. Things are moving, you
It's not
know?
clunky. It's not a
Yeah.
little like
I think that's also like even just God like going like you said, like God going before you and preparing the work for you. And I think there's a difference when you
yes.
that's one thing that I've been reading over the past couple of days is about God's presence. It's like, God, I want to be where you are. Doesn't mean that everything goes easy. Doesn't mean that
Mhm.
everything goes exactly as planned, but it's like there is a difference when God is in the middle of it, you know?
Yeah, even if he went ahead and prepared a challenge for me, it just feels different than a challenge that I've created because of my mistakes or my disobedience or not keeping my eye on God. That's a different kind of challenge, a challenge that
Yeah.
I created
Yeah.
that's not working for
Exactly.
me.
Yeah.
But one that he set up, I'm like, oh, I'm moving in this and this is going to make me stronger. I'm terrified of it, but it feels like God prepared it. Yeah. And that is cool to experience his handiwork within yourself and in the environment that God was here and he was doing something, that he is doing something. That is his presence.
Mm, it's good, man. Good. I'm excited.
How's his new baby?
Baby's doing well. He had a little bit of a moment. Oh, I don't know if I told you, he had surgery for,
Oh yeah.
so sorry, that is my dog barking in the background. One second. Oh, you don't even hear it? Oh, sweet. So Noble, he had a um, lip tie and a tongue tie. And so he had to get surgery. And so that was pretty tough. He had to go and get some parts cut off of his lip tie and then get his tongue need to be cut a little bit. It's important, but it needs to be done. And I was talking with the doctor and man, went down a rabbit hole of just like how connected your tongue is to everything. Like it's a whole thing. Like I almost kind of want to do a whole little like mini series or like a talk or something about just the importance of your tongue.
Whoa.
From eating to sleeping to speech. Even the Bible talks about a moment where Jesus cut someone's tongue because he couldn't speak and he could speak. So there's a whole thing there. The verse about how powerful the tongue is, or
Mm-hmm.
the tongue is a small part of your body, but it can control the rudder of a boat. The analogy. Like there's so much there. Just from hearing from this doctor about the importance of the tongue was like, whoa. So, but he's doing well. He's doing good. Wonder's doing well. With stuff here at Mosaic here in Atlanta, it's going well. We're doing Bible studies on Mondays. We got another person coming on Monday, which is really great.
Mm.
And we're going to be doing a coffee tour, which I think I told you last time. So at the end of the month, we're going to start doing once a month and just getting people together and just doing a little coffee tour of all the coffee shops in Atlanta.
Oh, that's a
So
great
we're
idea.
doing that just to kind of find some cool spots. And so we're kind of excited about that. Then we're going to do some content on the Beltline, which is really cool. Asking people some questions so we can start posting that on the Talk and Instagram and just start using Instagram as a tool, just kind of getting that out there. But other than that, that's pretty much it. You know, living, the studio's doing well. I think I told you last time there's a possibility of us expanding to across the hallway. That would be great. That'd be really awesome just to get another opportunity to make some
Yeah.
extra money and build that out. But yeah, it's been good. It's been good. And then just spiritually. I had this moment and I shared this on TikTok, and so I was driving and there's moments where I don't know what it was, but I was like, I don't know how I came to this conclusion, but I was like, man, I feel like sometimes when it comes to God, I think sometimes we want the dopamine of Jesus. It's like we want the highlights. We want the things that are just like God did this, God did this, God did this miracle, God answered this prayer.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that God isn't, but some days there's gonna be moments where it's going to be quiet or it's going to be in the mundane. And I use the analogy of like working out because I remember doing, the challenge. I forgot what it's called. Oh man, I did it. Now I forgot it. But it's like you work out every single day, twice a day, and you eat healthy, you drink water.
70-day hard or
Yeah, 75 hard. And there was moments where it was like day 15, and then it was day 22, and then day 37. And there's moments where you're like, I'm not seeing this huge dramatic change. I'm not seeing what I was hoping for. But I came to the conclusion of like it's not so much looking for the big moments or the ones that are obviously changes. It's the fact that you started, but then also that you're being consistent and that God can be found even in day 22, day 37, day 71.
uh,
And if you're always looking for, like, I called it the confetti. If you're always looking for like the confetti of Jesus, the surprise, the pizzazz, the colorful, the loud, it's like it's not that God isn't there, but it's just like I think God is wanting us to move to a place so where he goes, I can also be found in the everyday. I can also be found when there isn't anything going on. And it reminds me of the story of Elijah when it's like there was an earthquake, there was a fire, there was a
yeah.
wind, and he wasn't found in any of those things, but he was found in the still small voice. And so it was just kind of like an encouragement of like, hey, if you have moments where you feel like you're following Jesus and it's just like it doesn't feel like there's something about pizzazz. It's not about the pizzazz, it's about the obedience in the in between. It's about getting the reps of obedience. And so that was something that kind of I was driving into the studio and it came across my mind. I was like, oh, that's really good. I think I'm going to share that. The dopamine of Jesus. It's like we're always looking for like the next, okay, God, what's the next thing you're going to do? What's the next thing you're going to, that you're going to do? And I feel like God's like, hey, I can be found tomorrow and it may not be nothing. Can you find me in those days? Will you look for me in those days? Or will it only be prevalent when I come in the big ways? So that was just kind of like a conversation
Yeah, and I
that I
think
have with
it's
myself.
I love it. No, it's so good. I would not to bring it always back to pickleball, but
Pickleball's great.
I just I just got my serve down. It was one of the things I was really embarrassed about. Like my serve was not great. I just need to hit the ball and just get it to where it kind of needs to go, but it's not gonna make anybody miss. It doesn't have any like
Was it
specialness.
underhand?
They're all underhand.
Okay, mine's underhand.
I think yeah, I mean,
I'm
this
not
is like
doing the tennis, like the
oh, you're
over.
not supposed you can't. That's
You
illegal.
can't.
No, it's all
Okay.
underhand, but you can put some spin on it. You can hit it really like and make it fly so it goes really deep.
Mm,
And by the time it hits the floor, it's going out of bounds. So it's really hard to return
it's crazy.
if you do it right. So I was, watching Ben John's videos and trying to get it, and I'd practice and practice, and I've been playing for like a year now, and it just wasn't coming to me, and I was just like, man, I was embarrassed. I'd go by myself and practice my serve, practice, practice, practice. I mean, and that's when you were talking about the quiet, no pizzazz. I mean, it's just like, but built in us, there's this need or like we have to practice a thing, and it kind of sucks. It takes a while, and it's not exciting, but man, it was worth that moment where I did get the confetti when it was maybe just 2 weeks. No, it was last week. I just nailed it, and then I was like, "Whoa!" And I had the muscle memory, and I just kept hitting it. Now I got it. Now I'm
Now you
like, "Oh
got it.
my gosh, I got a wicked serve." I was like, "Oh, man, I'm making
That's awesome.
people way better than me miss." And I'm like, "Okay, okay." And I was like, "Man, it was worth it for that." But that moment when I just knew I had it, I released the ball, I whacked it, the sound it made, I was like, "Oh, that's gonna make that guy miss." And he missed. I'm like, "I got it." Like I knew I had it. And I just had that moment. So yeah, I think God does that for us. He's like, you need to practice to hear my voice. You need to practice what it's like to journey with me and to do life with me. And that quiet whisper is important. Like it
Mm,
tunes your ear. You have to lean in. You have to work at it a little better so you can actually get the muscle memory. So then when
mhm,
things are super loud and distracting like life can be, you're able to hear God even in that distracted time. Yeah. Sorry.
no, 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 that's good. No, 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 that's good. I think that's part of it. It's like God's like, "Hey, listen, it's easy to hear me, or it's easy to see the pizzazz or to see the confetti. It's harder when you don't see anything." And I
Mhm.
think that's where God's like, "That's the foundation that I need to get you at." It's like,
Mhm.
"This is where I need you to be. Anything else is gonna be easy or quote unquote easier, but it's like if I can get you to the bare minimum of hearing the still small voice or getting you to hear or to see me or to find me in the mundane. Like that is where God's like, hey, if you can find me here, you can find me anywhere. You can find me in anything. And it's funny because I even had a dream. It was like weird. It was like I had a dream about this. It was like one of those, you get those moments where you're like, God, this has to be you.
Mm.
And it was the word like mundane and like big bold
Yeah.
like letters. And then it was like Jesus. But he was like hidden in the word mundane. Like, it was like you kinda had to squint and, like, lean in and to
Mm.
see, but it was like you could kinda see the outline of, like, Jesus in the word mundane, and it was just like it was, like, as loud I've only had a couple moments in my life, but it was loud, and it was like it was Jesus can be found in the mundane, and I was like I remember waking up going, "What was that?" The last time that happened to me was when I was in LA, and, I felt like God was telling me to take a little sabbatical from, like, work and stuff like that, like, literally quit my job, and I remember praying with a friend of mine in the car, and the words came to my mind, "Trust me." Just
Mm.
big, bold words that, "Trust me." And then sure enough, I think later on that week, I got a commercial where I didn't have to work for 3 years.
Wow.
It was crazy. That was the only time I've ever had one of those moments. But yeah, man, that's been going on. That's pretty much it. Anything else going on in your life? Is that's pretty I mean, we're at
That's it.
41 minutes, but I think
Cut it down a little bit.
the great thing about this is that the app, it cuts everything.
Oh, great.
It does auto editing
It
for
just
you.
it auto
No,
edits?
it auto edits. Like I'll hit done and it will just 30 minutes later, like, hey, we've edited your podcast. And then it'll go, "Hey, here's 5 or 6 clips you can post." Imma start
Yeah.
I start sending them to you.
You did?
No,
Wait.
no, I need to, but I have sent
Yes.
you a couple of them. But I'll start sending you those onto you. Then what we should do is probably start posting these.
I'm gonna post yeah, I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put one up
I'm put 'em
today.
up.
Send me the clip.
I'll send you the clip from today
Yeah. Do a,
and see.
TikTok and say, "Hey, check out our podcast."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, cool.
But yeah, my Instagram at Chad Brokaw.
Yes, this is where people can find you?
Yes. Yeah, my personal, and you can also go to Mosaic, at Mosaic Chicago on Instagram, but there's nothing there, but follow it because we will be starting to
Exactly.
put stuff there. Yeah.
Yeah, same here. Follow Mosaic Atlanta, Jamar Brown King, TikTok, all that jazz. Blah, blah, blah.
Subscribe.
I got that from a podcast, and they're
Blah,
like
blah, blah.
they always yeah, because 'cause they're like they always try to promote stuff, but then they never say what it is, and he just goes, "Blah, blah, blah." He never gives you the details of what happened.
Yeah, no, if
Anyways,
if somebody's listening to this and this has been helpful, they should like and subscribe and share this podcast to someone where this
yeah,
could be helpful. I think these conversations are good. we may take them for granted because we're just talking about our lives. But I
Hmm.
know that there's been podcasts where people are just talking about their lives, and I've needed to hear what they're talking about.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've listened to a couple podcasts lately, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I needed to hear.
Yep.
So awesome, man.
All right. Love you, bro. All
All right, man. I'll touch you later.
right.
Bye.